Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining today. This is Just Keep Parenting, and we're going to talk a little bit about maximize the music. There was an article in BYU Today last month about choices of music that we listen to and how we need to broaden, especially in the early years of children, we need to broaden their genres of the music that they listen to. There was two professors at BYU that looked into how children, music is an identifier, it's a uniter, right? And so how we need to open that up so that they can identify themselves as lovers of Taylor Swift music, as well as identify themselves as a lover of Mozart music, right? And so usually kids, it's kind of like our culture, right? The music culture in our house. So we need to look at what the music culture is in our house, in our houses, and see if we can broaden their perspective. One of the things that I loved from this article said, if you want to cultivate expansive tastes in your kids, Dunn says broad listening is fundamental. People like what they're exposed to. The more you hear something, the more you like it, he says. So for the early years, play all kinds of things. Don't limit the home to one genre of music. And also, I love the part in here where it talks about understanding our tastes in music helps us understand ourselves. We get a sense of who we are through our literal genealogy. I encourage people to explore their musical genealogy as well. If you like this kind of music, whatever it is, how did I get that? The kind of music we listen to is an important part of our identity. And I've been spending some time thinking about certain songs that in my brain, automatically connect with a person, right? I had a music teacher in 7th and 8th grade that taught me how to play the guitar. And so anytime I hear Moonshadow, that's what she taught me, right? Anytime I hear any kind of Beatles music, I think of Mrs. Jameson. And I think back to what I'm doing in the classroom now with children. And we sing a lot of children's songs, right? If you've looked into Just Keep Parenting, you'll see a lot of children's music there. But also, my kids know that Moonshadow is a song that they can dance to, they can make movement to, and they'll take it home and their parents are like, who taught you that song? Because it's not something that necessarily they play in their home, right? And so as I look at the music that I love just about any kind of music, and I think, I have a little bit of country in me, my Arizona roots. I also love the music of my siblings, right? So the 60s and the 70s, I love that music, as well as growing up, right? I love the 80s and 90s music as well. I'm not so keen on hard rock, but anything classical, my mother loved to listen to classical music. Anything that is spiritual, I tend to go there as well. My piano is my therapist, and so it depends on how I'm feeling, right, as to what piano book I pull out to play. And so I would encourage you, as you're thinking about, the genealogy of music in your home with young children, what are you passing on to them, right? Are you passing on just a love of country music, or are you broadening that to say, you know what, sometimes we listen to this and sometimes we listen to this? And frankly, as someone who is on the older side of things now, I need all of those types of music, right? Depending on what's going on in my life. And so as I introduce them to young children and we talk about Peter and the Wolf and what can we hear in Peter and the Wolf, right? And what does it sound like? And how does this music make us feel? And so I would encourage you as parents to expand your children's genre of music in your homes, and so that they'll have a good therapist as they grow and be able to identify to lots of different pieces as well as genres of music. So thank you for joining us today. Share this with somebody who might be needing it. We have Just Keep Parenting is on YouTube if you'd like to subscribe and follow there, but share it with somebody today who might be needing this. Thank you so much.